Okay, I'm going to show my cards real quick before we get started. Okay. Here's my audience members.
Ready?
My name's Julie, and we're going to talk about depression today. Depression is like an emotional cancer. If left untreated, it can lead to death. It affects everybody, age range, socioeconomic status, tall, short, anybody and everybody. Per the NIMH, which is the National Institute for Mental Health, neuropsychiatric disorders are the leading cause for disability. So I thought it important for me to go over some diagnostic features of depression, and then I'm going to go over some treatment options. So first we're going to go over a couple of scenarios. First scenario is a young woman. She's married, has kids, her husband's deployed. She's been stressed out the past couple of weeks and just hasn't been able to do anything, get out of bed, that type of thing. So the APA, which is the American Psychological Association, has written a diagnostic manual. We call it the DSM-5, and they have diagnostic features for a major depressive episode. You have to have 5 of these in a 2-week period, and they have to be a depressive state or a lack of interest. So first would be depression, hopeless, helpless feelings, depressed mood, most every day. The second would be a loss of interest. So your normal day-to-day activities, you don't feel like doing. You're just apathetic towards everything, basically. You're sleeping too much or not enough. You're eating too much or eating too little, so you're losing weight, gaining weight. It could be either or. Feelings of guilt or worthlessness, loss of concentration, indecisiveness, feelings of death, thoughts of death, and that could be suicidal ideation with or without a plan. So the second scenario I want to go over is a child. Mom brought him in. He's 10 years old. He has recently quit his basketball team, which he loves usually, and he spends most of his time in his room, just cranky, irritable. So there's a article written in a journal of abnormal psychology, and a study was done of 164 kids from preschool on to school age. And they did show memory changes and thought process changes in those that have had life adversities so far. Stressors, developmental issues, that type of thing. So it is important to take in factor early childhood adversities can affect depression along the lifespan. So we talked about some depressive features and symptoms. Now we're going to go over some treatment options. So basically, diet and exercise. You want to eat whole grains, whole foods, limit your sugars, your processed foods. Basically, try to eat clean every day. Exercise, 30 minutes most every day. You can break that up into 10 to 15-minute spurts. The next thing would be therapy, and that's a big factor, which not many people are able to do. But a 2018 study, it was written in the Psychology of Religion and Spirituality journal. It did talk about CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, and basically just that CBT is going to challenge those maladaptive thoughts and behaviors and try to turn that into positive and improve mood in that manner. That's proven to be effective. And there's one of my textbooks, Summers and Flanagan, in 2015, talk about how the therapist and client, they're going to work collaboratively together. Instead of more of an authoritative teacher-student type of relationship, it's going to be a partnership. And then there's medications, so that needs to be decided upon between the doctor and the client. So there's many options there and proven effective, but not 100%. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is perception. So what you think and feel about your life and your day-to-day activities is really important. It's the factor of, do I feel happy? Do I feel sad today? So there's a book written in 2000, published in 2018, called Resilience, The Science of Mastering Life's Greatest Challenges by Southwick and Charney. And they gave a good example regarding Helen Keller. Well, she had an infection at early age and was blind and deaf by age 2. But instead of isolating or being negative, and the parents as well, just being down about it, they were optimistic and positive, got her a teacher. She graduated high school. She learned how to read and write, basically. She met dignitaries, presidents, wrote essays. So she made something positive out of her life by her outlook and her actions. And the authors, Southwick and Charney, I want to quote them in an important quote. Optimism and positive expectations tend to promote active striving, while pessimism and negative expectations are associated with feelings of weakness and helplessness that may lead to unhelpful behaviors, such as self-pity, resentment, denial, and avoidance of problems. So I did talk about some diagnostic features of depression and treatment options. So in closing, I just kind of want to plead with you guys and also state that per the Suicide Prevention Resource Center, suicide is the second cause of death in ages 10 through 34. So it's a big deal and something that goes unnoticed a lot of times. You need to recognize that this could be your brother, father, sister, mother, neighbor, coworker, somebody in the elevator. So just reach out and be kind when available. Thank you.
What your time was.